green flag drops, and Ronnie White gets away to a clean start. The rest of the field makes their way through turn one. What an upset, with Jake French suffering mechanical issues, taking him out of this one early. White leads him down the back straight.
A horrible start from Matthias Podbaj. Cost Sabre Cook a lot of time. She was boxed in, couldn't find her way out. The Energy Cart driver started inside the top 5 and now is fighting to get back there in about 6th or 7th. And now Podbaj under fire as Nick Neri goes through to second. Neri was the driver who got around Podbaj, and now the intrepid of Nick Neri sets his sights on Ron White to turn 11.
Nick Neri started the 2016 season off in high fashion by winning the U.S. Open of New Orleans, and now he's trying to go after the U.S. Open of Las Vegas. Lap 1 is in the books. Nick Neri moves his way up to second, and he does it thanks to being the quickest driver on the track. Neri, a 48.968. He's going to set his sights on leader Ron White. They head down the back straightaway. Podbaj in third. Ricchetti up to fourth. Cook P5.
Yeah, what an awesome drive by Remo Ruschetti. He's up to P4. Sabre Cook, P5. A big gaggle of carts in the battle for 6. Jake Craig currently leads that as Nick Neri is closing in on Ron White for the lead over to turn number 10.
The field makes their way, working lap number 2 here. Neri was purple, 48.968. But folks, keep your eye on Remo Ricchetti. Sabre Cook closes right up on his back bumper. Good fight for the top 3 spots right here. It's White, Neri, Podbaj, and again, Nick Neri goes purple, but now it's Sabre Cook, your quickest driver on the track. Cook, the young lady out of Grand Junction, Colorado, 47.161. She's your quickest driver on the track. She wants a piece of Remo Ricchetti.
Yeah, Sabre Cook had a horrible start, like I mentioned, getting balked in by Matthias Podbaj. Battle for the lead. Nick Neri going to go down the inside. He'll take over the top spot from Ron White. White going to go to the outside as Neri defends the turn 9. He looks to cross him over. Ron White, side by side to turn 10. Neri on the bottom. White on the outside. He'll lose another spot. Matthias Podbaj through to second.
Wow, Ron White, a 3-position swing. Meanwhile, Sabre Cook and Remo Ricchetti battle side by side. Oh, contact between Podbaj and Neri. Neri's going to run him all the way down to the inside of turn number 1. Podbaj is there, and he's through. No! Neri's able to hold on to the top spot. Podbaj falls back in line in second. Then it's going to be Ron White looking like in third. Ricchetti in fourth. Cook in fifth. Neri's got a bunch of sharks behind him now.
This is absolutely crazy. 5 carts in the lead train at Energy Cart USA. Shifter Senior, one driver down the inside. Remo Ruschetti goes by Ron White. White now down to fourth, battling for second and for the lead. Nick Neri back to the point. Matthias Podbaj on the outside, back and forth we go. They've been defending. Neri trying to hold him back as they go to turn 11. Neri down the inside. Podbaj tries it anyway. No contact. Ruschetti holds on to third. Ron White fourth. Here goes Jake Craig. Here goes Harry Godsacker. Everyone down the front straightaway.
I was waiting to see when Jake Craig was going to join the fray, and the 5-cart pack now turns into a 6-pack. Who doesn't love a 6-pack when they're in Las Vegas? Well, that's what we've got racing for the lead right now. Neri takes him down the back straightaway. Podbaj right in his tire tracks. Let's say 2 cart lengths back in second. Now there's going to be a fight for third place. That's Ricchetti taking a look to the inside for second position. Is he able to complete the pass? They come into the switchbacks now. Neri still in front. Ricchetti in second. Podbaj now White on the inside into the third position. White up to third. Ricchetti though all over the back bumper of Nick Neri. Another lap in the books. It's getting good.
It is already good, Tony. Let me tell you something. There is nearly 7, 8, 9 cuts. Goes all the way back to Hunter Peck into the 36. Cross flags in the air. Nick Neri is being hunted down by Remo Ruschetti. Ruschetti, the fastest driver on the racetrack for what it looks like right now. The Intel car up to P2 and on the bumper of Neri through the bus stop.
Ricchetti just laid down his best lap of the race, a 47.274. Ricchetti takes a look down on the inside of 8. Ricchetti is there. Ricchetti's through, but Neri's able to cross him back over on the exit of 8. Neri takes the lead back and defends into 9. They set up for the third and final hairpin. That's turn number 10. Neri did a great job of keeping his wits about him. Ricchetti runs in second.
Yeah, Remo Ruschetti had an awesome dive there in turn 8, but Neri was even better at holding him back as we come out of turn number 12. The laps continuing to count down. Sabre Cook getting over the oceans from her tuners to continue to push. She is so close. One of the fastest drivers right now, the young lady from Grand Junction, Colorado, as Tony mentioned, trying to run down Florida's own Nick Neri, leading the way. Remo Ruschetti for Italian Motors, and Ron White taking it to the young kids down the backstretch.
And you know what's great about all this close racing right now, as Ruschetti still tries Neri in it, the chassis diversification. Neri on the Intrepid out of Champion Racing, Ruschetti on the Italicard out of Italian Motors, Ron White on the CRG. You have Cook on the Energy Cart, she goes to third, moves Sabre Cook up a spot, and then running out your top five on the Esprit chassis, Jake Craig.
Nick Neri on the defensive. Here comes Remo Ruschetti. He's going to give him the bumper. Neri missed a shift. Contact in turn one. Neri goes wide. 3 wide for the lead. Sabre Cook to the top spot. The young lady out of Colorado goes to the lead to the bus stop.
Yeah, it almost sounded like Neri possibly missed a shift coming out of the final corner. And who comes out in the lead? The one, the only Sabre Cook. The young woman out of Grand Junction, Colorado. She has tasted victory here in Las Vegas before. She was involved in a fantastic battle here 12 months ago with Davide Foray and Jordan Lennox when they were racing in the stock Honda Elite category. Well, those two drivers aren't here. We've traded them in for some other big names. Ron White, Remo Ruschetti, Jake Craig, and Nick Neri, to name a few.
Absolutely crazy racing. Now it is a 3-car breakaway with 2 laps to go. Sabre Cook driving it like she stole it right now through turns 1 and 2. Ron White trying to keep her close. Remo Ruschetti doesn't seem to have it here in the second half. It is all Sabre Cook out in front. Ron White aboard the CRG, the last driver with a chance. Down the back straightaway, Tony.
The Energy Cart USA Stock Honda Senior Field is being led with 1.5 laps to go by Energy Cart USA factory driver Sabre Cook. You wonder if there's any contingency awards in place if the Energy Cart driver can bring home the win. It's not going to matter here in Heat 4. It's going to matter when we get to that final tomorrow afternoon. Cook brings him into 11 and 12. White flag, 1 lap to go, and it's a freight train behind them in 5th and 6th.
Nick Neri was in the lead. He is all the way down to what might be 7th or 8th place as your leaders has taken the white flag, as Tony mentioned, out of turn number 3. Sabre Cook by 4 cart lengths through the bus stop. Trying to hold on. A bobble though at turn 5. Here comes Ron White. 2 cart lengths back. Tucking his head down. Sabre Cook going to defend in turn number 8, Tony.
Remo Ruschetti went purple, coming to see the white flag. 47.049. Cook knows she's got 2 legends behind her. Ron White looking to the high side, looking to the low side. Cook defends well into 10. She's got 2 more corners to keep Ron White, a legend of the sport, behind her. Cook bangs the gears down. She's clean through 11. She's going to be clean through 12. Energy Cart USA Stock Honda goes to Sabre Cook.
The blue and white Energy, the only Energy driver in the field, takes it home in the glass sponsored by her chassis and team. Sabre Cook, what a drive to come back after what was not so great of a start. Trapped in behind Matthias Podmaj. Sabre Cook, the fastest driver here, as the entire track throughout that race got more and more shade. Barely any of it still has any sunlight. Maybe turn 3 and a few streaks down the backstretch, Tony. Sabre Cook rose to the top.
God, what a phenomenal race, but of course we cannot overlook the fact that your pole sitter, Jake French, absent from it due to mechanical issues, what we suspect to be a fuel pump failure or at least a loose connection. We have no idea what is ailing the 306 of Jake French. Unfortunately, we didn't get him into that race, but we still had a pretty good show. Xander talked about it, more and more shade covered the track till the final lap, where pretty much now the entire track is covered in darkness. But Sabre Cook aboard the Energy Cart chassis scores the final heat race win of the day in the Energy Cart USA Stock Honda Senior Field. Xander, very good racing in that last one. What really impressed you the most?
Honestly, that was one of the most crowning races we've seen. What I really liked is how rough it got. I mean, there was a lot of nerfing we saw, especially with drivers defending. Nick Neri and Remo Ruschetti got into it a little bit, but nobody really gave up. And just how close that was. I mean, there were a lot of carts in that lead train by the end of that race, up to maybe even outside the top 10. So the fact we have that many battling for the win here, we're in for quite the show in 25.
Fell off, so unfortunate to see something like that happen coming to the green flag. But French, not accustomed, he's not able to, everybody's able to fall victim to mechanical woes here at the U.S. Open, and it's just going to make that final even more interesting. We're going to go through the rundown one more time here. Cook, your winner. Ron White in second. Remo Raschetti, great run for the Ital car driver in third. Jake Craig fourth. Podbaj lays down the quickest lap of the race on the final lap, 47.041. Gottsager was sixth. Nick Neri seventh. Christian Bird eighth. Royal McKee ninth. Hunter Pickett 10th. Troy Dede 11th. Sky Finley 12th. Kevin Janders, Ben Sherborne, and Prescott Campbell, your top 15. Carson Mueller, last running card on the track in 16th. And, of course, that did not start alongside the name of Jake French Xander. We're done here for the day. What are you looking forward to the most in finals racing tomorrow afternoon?
I mean, I'm really looking forward, especially if that Shifter Senior race will not disappoint. It doesn't look like it will. Jake French going to be starting about mid-pack in your field after a DNF puts him back to P17 here in heat number 4. Senior Max is going to be awesome. Junior Max is going to be awesome. Honestly, I'm just pumped about just about every class we've got tomorrow.
It is going to be a fantastic day of racing. The heats are now complete, folks, and we can't thank all of you who have tuned in to watch the broadcast these last 2 days enough. For everybody at Max Speed Entertainment, as well as my co-announcer Xander Clement, we have loved having you along for the ride. Let's take a quick look at the schedule to give you an idea of what time things are going to get started tomorrow.
And we'll take a quick look at that here. Again, we just have 2 groups, so it's going to be split into a morning group and an afternoon group. Each group warms up before they do the finals. We'll do our quick schedule for tomorrow and then wrap it up right here on the MaxSpeedEntertainment.com and on the Race Monitor app. For everyone tuning in at home, of course, we'll be going live once we get those finals underway in the morning.
And it does look like here we're going to be going with 9:15 start time for the Rollison Performance Group Senior Max. So if you're still watching online, that is what time you want to be tuning back in. We will go live with Senior Max Racing at 9:15. We'll run Senior Max, Junior Max, Micro Max, DD2. DD2 Masters will run separately, and then Mini Max, before breaking for lunch, will resume with our final 3 races of the day: Masters Max, Stock Honda Masters, and Stock Honda Senior. So once again, for everybody here at Max Speed Entertainment and all of us here at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino, my friend Xander Clements, I'm Tony Laporta. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. We will see you back here tomorrow for live coverage of our finals racing. Thanks for tuning in.